I've been working on Gen 8 for probably about 2 years and giving pieces of it to my family, and they kind of understand what I do, but I think ultimately once Gen 8's released, they'll really see some of the work I've done. I think this is pretty high on my accomplishment list.
We looked at every aspect of the server. And then you get outside of the server. We looked at the cable management arm and said, well, it's good, but can't we do better there and make it easier for customers to handle the cables at the back end? And rails. What if we could simplify the rails on these servers and make it easier to get servers onto the rails and off the rails? So we looked at everything from front to back, inside and out, to make these servers a better experience for our customers.
What I hope to create is a passionate experience, something that customers love and want to come back to HP4 and to buy more of them.
So the innovation doesn't just stop at the server, obviously. With Gen 8, we've really looked at the entire ecosystem of the infrastructure that the server connects to. The rack is a part of that.
A lot of folks don't think about racks. They think of, well, a rack is a thing with 4 posts in it, and it's got sheet metal all around the sides and doors on the front and doors on the back. How important or how complicated can it be? But we actually have engineers who think a lot about that.
We've put intelligence into the racks themselves so that the servers can actually communicate with the racks when they're plugged in. When you put the server into the rack, it's got little sensors, ears on the side, and the ears are able to communicate with the rack that then communicates with the central management server. And once you understand the power and the temperature of a server, you can start to make intelligent decisions about where you want to place that workload. We're setting them up to be able to make decisions about how they can optimize their power and cooling and their power usage as well.
We're able to automatically populate a rack image with the servers and what they actually look like and where they're actually sitting within the rack. Now, what's really powerful is if you combine that with some of our other capabilities. So, for instance, our power discovery services. So this is where we use an intelligent power discovery distribution unit that actually plugs into each server and has an actual data connection in addition to the power connection to it. And that's able to go ahead with 99% accuracy, record the power that's being used by that server, and also ensure that server is connected in the right way.
A lot of customers want what we call redundant power. And what they'll do is they'll bring in 2 separate power feeds, say, to their servers. It's called an A feed, typically, and a B feed. So if they lose one side or one power feed, they still have another one.
So with our intelligent power discovery unit, it automatically maps how you're connected, lets you know if you're really hooked up redundantly.
So it takes the human error out of it. So the more you can automate this, and the more you can take out human error, the easier it is to install and support. And so that's a major theme of what we do in everything. Well, you think about a rack, when you load it with a bunch of servers, it's a small car that you're rolling around on 4 wheels and in a very small footprint. And how do you make sure that when you load up with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of IT equipment that it arrives safely and it's not damaged?
So one of the things that we do is we engineer a lot of strength into our rack, and particularly with the newest rack, we've actually increased what we call the dynamic loading. So what dynamic loading means is how much we can actually put in the rack and then ship it without it breaking or buckling. It turns out that we have one of the strongest racks in the market, so that we're able to go ahead and actually build it out in Factory Express for our customers, pre-wire it, pre-configure it, and ship it without having to worry about it breaking, without it buckling, without getting damage to it. I'll tell you, our engineers are so careful about this. They do tests like dropping the rack fully loaded. And they do things like slide it down a 10-degree incline. And these are fun things to watch.
So there's a lot of work that goes into infrastructure, just past some of the things that we're doing now that people don't even understand or think about. But it's very important, because if that rack doesn't arrive in pristine condition and that server doesn't work like it's supposed to, you will get a phone call and you will have customer dissatisfaction. And we're all about customer satisfaction.